It's the National Football.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 15 carries, 57 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. We'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Vikings at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And some space. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, They must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 113 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game, and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway?
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number 1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. In motion left, that's Thielen. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now execute.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Russell Wilson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together.
Touchdown 49ers! Jahan Dotson. A 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They go play action with Wilson. This one into the hands of Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Wilson will throw again. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker now to add the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. 5 plays there on that drive. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On second down, Jackson. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now he fires deep for Shakir. Oh, and that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed is that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Jefferson going to go in motion right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. For an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Second down, Jacobs once more. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 157 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the 49er hands team does its job. Touchdown, 49ers! A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the 49ers get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on and they're ready for this next series. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles? When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have 2 touchdown catches. This is 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 2nd and 10. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. Jefferson going to go in motion right. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
On third down, Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The offense on third down tonight, they haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 177 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Jacobs is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Tucker's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side. About him him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And the 49er hands team does its job. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Kittle. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last shot for Jackson. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statistician.